Good afternoon, Kipsters. This is Ms. Sherman, and today we're going to be identifying the different parts of a book and talking about the different parts of a book. So what we're going to do first is we're going to read the front cover, we'll read through the book, we'll read the back cover, and then we'll review the front, back cover, and title page. So we're going to start with our front cover. On the front cover, we see the title. The title is Europe, and our author is by Rebecca Hirsch. The word by tells us that Rebecca Hirsch is the author. There's no illustrator on this because no one drew these pictures. They're actual pictures. So we have Europe as the title, and it's by Rebecca Hirsch, and we'll talk more about this front cover at the end of the video. Before we begin reading, make sure you have your homework packet with you. Make sure you have the reading log open because that's where you're going to record your answer to the question at the end of this video. So make sure you're following along and you have your homework with you. It says, welcome to Europe. Europe is a continent. The largest pieces of land on Earth are continents. There are 7. Europe is the yellow continent on this map. This is the yellow. There's a caption under the picture. The caption tells us what we're going to see in the picture. So in your writing this week, you'll be writing captions to match your picture. It says the 7 continents map. So it tells us that in the picture, we're looking at the 7 continents. Europe is a small continent, but it has many countries. Germany, Spain, and Italy are 3 countries in Europe. Can you find them on this map? It's kind of hard to see. This is Germany. This is Italy. Italy looks like a boot. And Spain. The caption says map of Europe. So in our picture we see a map of Europe. People of Europe. Each country has its own language, foods, and customs. In Germany, people speak German. They celebrate a festival called Oktoberfest. It says children dance at Oktoberfest in Bavaria, Germany. And if you're noticing these headings, they're telling us what we're going to read about on that page. So the heading for this page was Welcome to Europe. It tells us different facts about Europe. And now it's telling us about the people of Europe. So the headings tell us what we're going to be reading about. There's no heading on this page, so we're still reading about people of Europe. In the United Kingdom, people speak English. The United Kingdom has a royal family. Says Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge on their wedding day in the United Kingdom. In Italy, people speak Italian. There is a city in Italy where the streets are waterways. There are no cars. People walk on sidewalks or ride boats to go from place to place. So this said people riding boats in Venice, Italy. And notice how the pictures match the words. We have a new heading that says Places to See. There are many things to see in Europe. People visit the beautiful parks and buildings in the cities. It says a colorful dragon fountain in Barcelona, Spain. They visit Europe's museums to see art. There are famous paintings in the museums. It says school children at a museum in France. They come to see castles that were built long ago. This says the Egeskov Castle in Denmark has water all around it. Now we have a new heading, and this one is land and water. So now we're going to learn about the land and water. Europe has forests. Trees grow in the forests, and many animals live there. The caption for this says a brown bear looks for food in a forest in Finland. Europe has places that are hot and dry. The weather is good for growing olives and grapes. People picking grapes off the vines in France. Europe has mountains. It has groups of mountains called ranges. The tallest mountain range in Europe is the Alps. So this says children ski in the Alps in Italy. Give a thumbs up if you think that looks like so much fun. Europe has many rivers. The rivers connect cities to the sea. Visitors travel on the rivers to see Europe's interesting places. It says a boat on the Danube River in Budapest, Hungary. Modern marvels. So this is telling us about the different marvels that you would see in Europe. The Millau Viaduct stretches across the deep valley in France. It is the world's tallest bridge. Oh, that's so cool. The bridge has tall columns and cables. The columns and cables work together to hold up the bridge. This says try it, so it's a little challenge for you. Can you find the triangle shapes in this bridge? What parts help the bridge stand up? If you built a bridge, what would it look like? I wonder if something fun you could do is to build your own bridge. That would be pretty fun. Meet an alpine ibex. Alpine ibexes are wild goats. They live high in the mountains in Europe. These goats are excellent climbers. And then this is words you know, so this is a different part. It's going to tell us different words we might know. Bears, castle, mountain, and museum. We have an index, and the index tells us where we can find more information. So let's say I was doing a writing task, or I wanted to know a little bit about the languages in Europe, but I didn't want to read this whole book. I could look and say languages. It tells me that I can learn about the languages on page 9, page 11, and page 13. So if I go to page 9, each country has its own language. Ooh, so I'm going to learn about the languages on this page. So the index is super helpful when we're trying to find out specific information about the continent. It might tell us fun facts and about the author. Then at the end of the book is our back cover. So on this back cover we see more words, we see different continents, and we see the series. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more before you get your question. So when we look at our front cover, what pictures do you see? Pull it up and see, what pictures do you see? Yeah, right, we see the Eiffel Tower, right, we see Big Ben, we see lots of different pictures that we might find things of in Europe. So the pictures can give us information. Most front covers include a picture. We also see, what do you think that this is called? Think about it for a second. This is called our title. This is going to tell us what the book is about. So on the front page, you're going to find a title, and you're also going to have your author. And we learned about this way back in the beginning of kindergarten, our title and our author. We know it's the author because we see the word by Rebecca Hirsch. You might also see a different illustrator sometimes, but this one is all in one, by Rebecca Hirsch. We also see that it's part of a series, and it tells us who made the book. So on this front cover, we see a title, an author, and some pictures. There's also something called a title page. This is our title page because Europe is our title, and it says Europe here. What else do we see that's the same on the front cover? Did we see the author on the front cover? Yeah, so it's on the title page too. And did we see that it was a Rookie Read About Geography series? Does that picture match? Yeah, so a lot of the information that you find on the title page is information that we can see on the front cover. This gives us more information about where the book was printed, right, the year it was printed. So we can learn all about the title and the author here, but we can also find it on the title page. On the back cover, we see pictures and words. So some books have pictures on the back. It's really hard to tell, but there's an outline of the shape of Europe. That would be a picture. And there's also words. What kind of words do we see on the back cover? Yeah, it tells us what the series is about. It tells us that it's part of a series, and a series means that there's more than one book. And it tells us what other books are in the series. So you might also learn about South America. I know we read that last week. Or Europe, or there's one called Asia, Africa, Antarctica. There's one about the different continents, right? So we might find that on the back page. We might find a picture and words that tell us what the book is about. We'll also find, sometimes you find books that are like this one. Going back again to the front cover, we can tell this is the title because it's the biggest words and it's on the top. So the biggest letters are usually the title, and they're usually at the top. So what I challenge you guys to do, we learned about the front cover, we learned about the different parts of the book, we learned what we see on the front cover and what we see on the back cover. I'm going to give you a different book now. I'm going to just put it here and rest it here. I'm going to keep this one here for now. And what I want you guys to do is go to that homework page and go to Friday's homework. And you're going to look at this book. And you're going to see if you can find, I'm going to put it down closer so you can see. On that page for your homework, I want you to write T. And where it says T, you're going to write what the title is. And then for author, you're going to write A, and you're going to write who the author is. And maybe you even want to send a video or a picture of you pointing to the author or to the title. That would be okay too. But you're going to show the title, and you're going to show the author, which you can find right on the front cover. Can't wait to see how well you guys do on this. Remember to send those pictures right to your teachers. Put it right in your reading log and send them a picture. Have a great weekend.